The Making of Connor Beaudoin. The Connor Beaudoin story, written by Connor Beaudoin, directed by Connor Beaudoin, and narrated by Connor Beaudoin. Part 1, The American Dream. The American Dream is simple. Start from nothing, work your way up. Opportunity. And that's exactly what my grandpa did. He started from the bottom. He was living in Detroit, small house, crammed full of siblings, very little money. He had to join the Navy to get his education because his parents couldn't afford it. And that's how life was like for them, just living from check to check. He got his education when he left and became a teacher, and that wasn't enough because he thought he can be doing more ambitious, bigger things with his life. So he pursued the bake industry, and now we are living white collar. But my dad wasn't raised that way. My dad was raised blue collar because my grandpa still wasn't pulling in a lot of money, and it wasn't like it was today. But my dad pushes these blue collar morals he was raised on me. And I now know the true value of hard work and how much the dollar really is. And I feel like our youth these days doesn't understand that. We're just handed things, and no one understands what it's truly like to work for things that you want. And that goes hand in hand with respect. Respect for military, respect for adults, respect for authority, which we had a major lacking of. And I see that in everyone. Even myself, I'm not going to lie. I've kind of been a jerk lately, and we shouldn't be like this. We should have more respect for the ones that go risk their lives for us, and the ones that keep our streets safe, and our parents that provide so much for us. And that's just something I've noticed and I wanted to talk about. And that leads me into part 2. Who am I? I'm a wrestler at our school, but also I like to think I wrestle mentally with just inner thoughts and ideas, and I like to challenge others and myself, and I like to push my own limits and limits of my peers, which they may not like sometimes, but I tend to explore new ideas and find new horizons. I guess I'm pretty creative and I'm out of the box, especially with this idea. Not too many people will preach about their conservative views with their friends and talk about that, but I kind of just have that no fear kind of attitude where I feel like if you know what you're talking about, you have nothing to hide, and that's just part of who I am. But most of my peers, especially America as a whole, doesn't agree with that. That leads me to part 4, America versus the Beaudoins. And that's not just my family. It's families like my families, but people that, get upset when they see that their leader's going to cancel a meeting, use security, or just people being upset about silly things that, in the long run, if you're just nice to people and you just keep doing your daily thing, you won't notice. And there has been mistakes, and yes, there is some jerks, but I feel like families like mine shouldn't be attacked, and we definitely shouldn't be taxed for the way that we are. That's just kind of things that I've thought of along the way. Yes, leadership can be questionable and who's running to be a leader, but things in general, just respect. This right here, this is extremely disrespectful to people in the military and people in our, services trying to keep us safe. And it's just anarchy sometimes. These people that preach for peace and protest, look at this. This is so disrespectful. Right in front of U.S. Army infantrymen who are trying to keep our leaders safe, she's on the flag right in front of them. They've probably seen many people die for that, just for her right to do that, and that's just messed up. And this anarchy kind of sounds like the start of, some communism stuff right there, but don't worry. We have a new hope. Under new leadership and under new police and FBI, we should be safer now and away from all that dangerous rioting and looting. And I feel like the level of disrespect for our parents, our police, and our military personnel will go down with, more harsher rules, which sounds bad, but look at it from this point of view in part 5. We've been quite disrespectful, and everyone has, conservatives to liberals, Democrats to Republicans, and back and forth. We've just all been really rude to each other, and I feel like if you're a good person, what I've learned is just look at it from the bright side. Things don't have to look scary or dangerous. Things can be nice and pleasant. Things don't have to be so mean and rude. Just take the easy path. Just be nice, be respectful, and everything should turn out okay, and in the end, things should be, colorful and happy. And it's also about find a role model, too. That's what I've learned. And I've looked up to my grandpa a lot. But when I was younger, I looked up to Rocky, and he still is a good role model for, a fictional character. Started from nothing. He was nice, but he worked really hard to get where he was. And that's what I'm trying to get at through this full presentation. I gave you my background, and that's kind of the why I think the way I am, but, that's just a bit about me. This is kind of the summary of the video, just in case, like, no one caught the message, because I know I could have been shaky on things. I hope the pictures guided everyone along. But it's just kind of like we all come from different backgrounds, and we all come from different personalities and walks of life. And I feel like at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what we believe in. It should be how respectful we are to one another, how polite we are, and what we do to others, because whatever you put out in the world is going to come back to you. And we're so divided as a country. And I remember growing up just battling with my sister constantly and conflicting ideas with friends. And if we take the back seat and we just be nicer to one another, everyone, not just us at Notre Dame, we should spread kindness everywhere, and the world together will change. All together at once. And I think that would be really good for our community. And that's basically a summary of the video. It could be confusing. Just, it shouldn't matter where I come from. You shouldn't not like someone just for their beliefs. Yes, you can disagree, but you should just spread love.